live for the Eric Michaels Show. If you're new here, I do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I talk about sports cards, answer people's questions. It's a good time. It's a good time if you're new here. And if you're not new here, welcome as well. And while I wait for you guys to pile in, I always like to start these off with just looking at what's out there. What's out there to buy? It's basketball just ended. The World Cup going on. I would not buy. I actually just made a short form piece of content on that. I would not buy anything with the World Cup. That stuff is insanely hot. Like if you look, I was just looking about 20 minutes ago, but if you look at like a Messi World Cup silver Prism PSA 10, I would steer far clear of cards like this. Like this card's selling for $900. The card is worth half a few months ago, maybe like 5 months ago. So I would not buy stuff like this. I can't see it going up much more, right? What goes up does come down. So just as a heads up, let's see what's ending though. I haven't looked at the eBay auctions and a little bit of graded stuff. Let's see what's ending. Oh, whoops. I see you guys calling. I'll get to the call. Actually, why don't we just get to the callers now? Why don't we have some fun? Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hey, how's it going? I recently saw a promotion done by the Costco guys. They sold a Hardcourt Heroics PSA 9 Michael Jordan. They listed it for $500. It's about a $1,500 card, I believe. And I ended up grabbing it, so I got it. It's on the way. Do you think I should hold that and try to sell it at the National, or just sell it immediately?
What card is it?
PSA 9 Hardcourt Heroics Michael Jordan.
And you said how'd you get it?
So I got it. The Costco guys, they listed it. They did like a partnership with Arena Club, and they listed it on there for $500. And the first person that got it just got a Gracie deal.
The Costco guys, as in like Costco, the store?
Oh no, you ever heard of like AJ Big Justice?
No, I have no idea who that is. So maybe I was like thinking to myself, who the heck's that?
Oh no.
Oh, those. Okay, I've seen him. I've actually met this guy before. Okay,
awesome.
I see. And what do they do? They go to Costco?
I guess I've never followed that like account. I just saw the video on Arena Club.
Got it. Okay, interesting. Well, what's your goal with sports cards? Is it to make it an income? Like, what's the goal?
Well, right now it's really just a hobby, just buying and selling. I've built up a pretty decent collection, and that's probably my biggest piece I got right now. And I'm going to be taking it to the National here in like a month. So I don't know if I should try to sell it before that because this market's so hot, or just wait.
Let me look at the exact card so I can see what it's worth. Just say to me the name of the card again.
Yep. Stadium Club Hardcourt Heroics Michael Jordan in a PSA 9.
And what year was it from?
Let me see. I believe it was 97, but
okay. Yeah, it is probably 97 because I see it was sold for $1,500. Yeah, I wouldn't have I would try to sell it for $1,500. If you can't get it, you could probably most likely get $1,500 at the National. So I'd begin marketing it now. If you could get $1,500, great. If not, sell it at the National. I don't know. It's already jumped up a lot, so could it keep going up? I don't know, but I would, if it was mine, I would sell it now.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Bye.
Oh, baby, I love your way. See, now, yesterday you guys were shy. Today, you guys are not as shy.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
You guys want to see something cool? I'll show you guys something cool. Check this out. So this is a total side note, but this put me in a great mood. So quick story. So as you guys know, I play a lot of tennis, right? And so I one of the people who I play in tennis the most over here, coincidentally, I met him, and he's in the same industry as me. So we're in the same tennis league. We were about to play a match, and we were just talking before while we were waiting for a court, and I actually like know of his wife. And I was like, dude, I've seen your wife before. He's like, yeah, we run the business together, blah, blah, blah. So we became friends after that. And so he's really good at tennis. So, like, just to kind of put it in perspective, I'm probably like a Division 3 level, I guess. He's probably like a Division 2 level of tennis. We play a lot, and he always beats me just by a little bit. Like, I'm able to like beat him sometimes because I know his weaknesses because we've played so many times. But we always play for fun. He usually beats me by a little bit, but we're in the same league. We're in like the top league in Tampa. The guys are really good. We're at the bottom end of the league, but we're still in the top league. And we played in a league match. So it was the first match we ever played that actually, like, I guess meant something. And I beat him yesterday, and it felt so good, like so good. And I know it means absolutely nothing, but so good. But check this out. I record all my tennis matches, so I could show you guys this. Check this one out. You guys see this? Look at this. This is just a little highlight. So this is my buddy Austin. Here's your boy Eric. Look at this. So it's his second serve. Some of you, I imagine most of you guys know what a second serve is. And he has this like big looping serve with a lot of spin. So sometimes I'll try to jump his serve before it starts to pop up because it's like a tennis player. You want to hit the ball while it's coming up, not while it's like at your head. And check this out. Oh, it just made me feel so good about it. So good. Just jumped his serve and wow. Yeah. That made me feel good. That was a feel good yesterday. I'm sorry. I doubt you're watching this, Austin, but if you are, I'm sorry. I'll send this I'm gonna send this to you later anyways. But the queue is open for you folks. 813-618-2075. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Let's go. Love this time of the day. So do I. Hello from Huntington, California. I'd rather watch paint dry than play tennis. That's insane. That's insane, Fizzy. That's crazy. Tennis is a great sport. The reason I got into tennis actually was because during the pandemic, I saw I must like do some sort of like sports or cardio like 3 or 4 times a week, just like how my brain's wired. And during the pandemic, you couldn't do much, and tennis is really only one of the options. And then also, it's hard to find something competitive consistently. Like basketball requires 10 people. Football, obviously not easy. Baseball, but like tennis, all you need is one other person, and it's a great workout. It's always competitive, so I don't like that, Fizzy. Safe, what's up, man?
Good morning.
What's up? Good morning.
How are you? I hope all well.
Doing well, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, so I just heard you commenting about tennis. I mean, tennis is a great sport. I love it. And statistically, people who play tennis are like live 10 years longer than other people, which is funny.
Really? Wow.
So I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. One time it just kind of like popped at my weird algorithm of reels.
Well, that's good to know. I'll keep playing then.
Yeah, keep playing. Because, I have a question. I can now see how the change in PSA, like it's kind of like start to the effect of PSA going kind of like up in prices. Yeah. It's kind of like right now it's probably start to show that there are not a lot of slabs. There are a lot of less than $200 cards that are kind of like iffy-ish, that are kind of like getting into the market because everybody was like, oh, well, I'm not going to be grading those, and the 9 doesn't make sense and stuff like that. So just generally speaking, do you think those cards that are like less than $200, less than $300, which is the 9 won't, like the 10 won't make a bread and the risk is high and stuff like that. Do you think it's worth kind of like still getting and probably flipping raw into the season?
I actually would take it one step further. So that spot of like a $200 card, because let's take let me do an example. Let's say you have some random Cooper Flag card that's worth $200. Let's say like it's Topps Chrome Refractor is worth $200. It's not, but let's just say it is. Because it falls into like this two to $300 window where like in people's heads it doesn't make much sense to send these cards to PSA because it's $80 to send the card to PSA, right? So like a year ago when you could send a card to PSA for $20, most of these cards would be graded, maybe over half of them. Now, barely any of them are going to be graded. So what happens, right, when supply is low, demand gets higher and price goes up. So I actually love that $200 to $300 spot for buying cards and sending them to PSA, not holding them raw, because I think 9s you'll get a nice little bump just because there's going to be less 9s as well because people aren't grading them. And 10s, you're like, yes, like logically speaking, if a card's worth $200 and it's $80 to get it graded, doesn't make much sense. But if the card as a 10 is $800, okay, it makes sense. And I think PSA 9s, I'm seeing it a little bit, but they're going to be worth more than raw at that price range just because there's not a lot of them. So I would actually take it a step further and say, like, to grade that stuff.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So it's no, I'm following the logic. Okay. It's just okay. So because I do have like an opportunity to buy so many of the $200 to $500 90s inserts for Jordan, and it's just kind of like it seems like someone wanted to grade them at some point but did not, just because those usually somewhat not mint. So it's just
those cards are different because there's already a lot of graded ones. I guess I'm talking more about like modern cards, right? Like these Bowman Chrome Cooper Flags or like Jackson Darts and stuff like that, because just PSAs increased their prices and then these cards came out, or they were coming out at around the same time. Just by default, like there's gonna be more ones out there to grade because no one wants to grade them, and there's gonna be less of them graded, obviously, which means there's a lot of room to make money. Like I'm seeing some of my students, making like 4x their money, 3x, 5x their money on sports cards that traditionally you would like 2x your money getting a 10. So it's something to think about.
Okay, cool. That's beautiful. That's nice. Are you going to be at the National?
I will be. Yeah, I was deciding. I've been so busy with my business lately, but I am gonna go. I'm actually currently I got the phone number of the person that runs it, and I'm trying to. I don't want to use the word beg, but come up with a deal so she can give me a table. I know it's really hard because a lot of them are sold out, but I have a few hundred people that want to come and meet me, so that's my bargaining chip. I'm like, hey, just give me a table and I'll sell a few hundred tickets for you. Like that's a good deal, right?
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, like I'm not national yet. I'm still local in my business, but possibly I'll take it nationally later on.
Yeah, you should come.
Yeah,
you should come to the National.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I know it's in like 10 days, so I got to make a decision sooner rather than later.
No, I think it's in 3 weeks. I think it's the last week of July, so like July 27th.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
The Fanatic Fest is in 10 days, something like this, right?
Yes, yeah, different. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's okay. It's hard to keep track of those, but we'll see. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Safe.
I'll keep listening.
Sounds good, Safe. Talk to you later.
Have a good one, bro.
You too. Oh, Wisconsin, you called back. Hello?
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
Wisconsin. I don't know what's going on over there.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hello? Are you there?
That's one of those voicemails where they try to trick you. That's funny. Oh, the queue's open. Yeah, no, tennis is one of the sports where it's not fun when you first start because it's so frustrating to hit a tennis ball. Like, I think that's why pickleball has really picked up a lot. Like, you could stink at pickleball, but the ball goes over the net, it lands in, you could have a game back and forth. But with tennis, you can't rally. It's just like the ball flies here, it flies there. It's not fun when you first start. But once you start playing and you get a little bit decent, then it becomes really fun. I don't know if you guys have been following, but Novak Djokovic is in the semifinals of Wimbledon, and he needs one more Grand Slam. A Grand Slam is when you win one of the 4 big tournaments: the U.S. Open, Australian Open, Wimbledon, or the French Open. And if he gets one more, then I believe he's the all-time leader. I think he's tied with Roger Federer right now. Yeah, you could. Anyway, I can call internationally. Joey, I believe you could call internationally. Yeah, give it a try. See what happens. I believe you could. We've called Canada before, so I think you could. But we'll see. I'll go back to eBay because I didn't go on it in the beginning because I just started taking callers. But the queue's open, so feel free to start calling in. You guys have been weird lately. Shy, but not shy. All right, look at that feature. Ready to resell. Wow. So it knows I bought this stuff and it's asking me, do I want to resell it? When did I buy this? Does it know I made money on it? Is that why it's asking me to resell it? It knows I bought this. 1940 play ball, Joe Jackson. I wonder if it knows like it went up in value. I bought this card, man, like 7-8 months ago. A while ago. I bought that. When did I buy this? I want to say this is my purchase. Maybe I bought a 3. I forget. I guess it is up in value. I think this is my purchase. I'm not sure. You have Eric. You're live.
Hello, Eric. So I called in and talked to you on Monday a little bit.
Yep.
Just ask for some advice about flipping and different guys to pick up.
Okay.
You had recommended a few guys to me, one of which was Wemby.
Yep.
So I found a few cards I like, think I can get at a good price. But one thing you recommended is getting gym rates. But these 2 cards in specific don't have any PSA pop reports or anything on BGS that I could see.
What card is it?
So the one is from Topps 3. It's the Ice Water.
How much? I don't think I've heard of that card. Let me look it up so I can see what you're
I'm sorry.
What you're
Can you
talking.
repeat that?
Hold on, wait. I'm just looking it up because it's called Topps Ice Water.
Yes.
So okay, so I wouldn't. You're right because the card's newer. You don't know what it's gonna sell for as a 10. I just wouldn't buy the card to grade, especially because a lot of times. Hey, I think it sounds like you're in a tunnel a little bit.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want the audience. I don't want them.
Is that better?
Yeah,
is that better?
That's better. Yeah. So
All right.
that card, I would only. Here's a nice little rule of thumb: when you're buying cards to grade, I would only buy cards where it's a rookie because those cards tend to do better. There's a higher percent margin from raw to getting a 10 because the collectors who are the ones who are mostly buying these 10s, they're much more willing to buy rookie cards. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So just a little rule of thumb. It'll make your life easier.
All right. Sounds good. And then another one was out of the new Cactus Jack NBA that dropped.
Yep.
So what's your thoughts on that? Because I know they typically resell well, but it was also a Nationals exclusive.
And those recently came out, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
So same. Yeah, someone asked me about that like a few days ago, but it's kind of the same. I guess not the same thing, but because the product is new, it sells for high, and just any new product starts out high, then it drops. I just wouldn't buy it just for the fact it's new. Like when everyone zigs, I like to zag. So like I would much rather buy, Prism Wemby from 2023, or like I'm a big fan of Cooper Flag and Con Knuppel. I've talked about them a bunch. You could buy their Bowman Chrome or Topps Chrome stuff. So just me personally, I wouldn't touch it unless it's like an insane deal, which I doubt will happen.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I already found a few Cons and Coopers as well, but I had just gotten through. I just got starting looking into comps, gem rate on them, and then figured I'd give you a call and see what you thought on cards that don't have any sort of PSA pop.
Yeah, there's so many cards out there to buy that do have a pop. There's no need to guess. There's no need to take a wild guess. I just wouldn't buy that stuff.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
And then I see your question, Mr. Joey. Yeah, Joey, I'll answer your first question. I know you can't call because you're from the UK. What time is it over there? Is it 8 hours ahead? So it's nighttime. So I'm looking at purchasing a card. It's of an F1 driver. It's a logo fractor out of 25. It's a PSA 8. Really don't know how to comp PSA 8s of a card with such a low print. So, okay, so I don't know what the exact card is, so I'll just kind of tell you what to do or what I would do. Oh, wait, you gave me the card. So, Arvid Lindblad, I have no idea who that is. Out of 25, Lindblad of Future Stars out of 25. All right, let's look it up. Lindblad out of 25. Future Stars. So I'd imagine your card's going to be worth similar to this than the Ray Wave. The logo fractor out of 25 and Ray Wave are probably similar. But a PSA 8 is going to be worth, let's call it like 10 to 15% less than raw. So if there's raw sales, you could look at it that way. Or what you could do, kind of the more mathematical approach, is like, let's say you have a PSA 8 of this guy Lindblad, right? And you don't know what it's worth. But there's another PSA 8 of another driver of the same exact card, just a different driver. And let's say that one sells for $150. So then you know that it sold for $150, the other driver. What you would do is you would then find two other cards of these two drivers, driver A and driver B. Hopefully what I'm saying is making sense. Figure out how much more or less the drivers are worth than each other, then just do the math. I know it's kind of complicated, but hopefully that helps you out. And I hope that was that your question, Joey? Was there another question? Hopefully that helps you out. You just kind of compare. Yeah, you just kind of compare. That's all. Compare their values with other cards and just apply the math to whatever card you could find. That's like the same. I don't know. That's the best way to describe it. I don't know what else to tell you. But if you gave me, he's in F1 now. This is his first ever card, I believe, when he was in F3. Yeah, so same thing. F1, F3, whatever it is, just whatever the card is, find the exact card of a different driver and just compare how much more or less. And then Randy, I see your question. Penix, McCarthy, Willis. Yeah, so Willis, hopefully if you invested in Willis, this was like, I assume you were buying Malik Willis in when were we buying him? Like February probably. The time to sell was when he got signed. So I still have one Malik Willis card. I think I had like 7 or 8. I sold them all actually. The same show. I think it was a Tampa show. But yeah, his value jumped like 50%. Then it came back down. Me personally, McCarthy. McCarthy, I'm probably going to lose like 20% on my money, I'd imagine. We'll see how it plays out. If he ends up starting, it'll go up. Probably not going to start, but like you never know. And then Penix, same thing. Like Penix value, the time to sell it was least I didn't sell all of mine. I sold most of mine, I should say. Like when his value jumped in like March, April. But if you still have it, if you bought Penix from like February to now, it's about even of what it was. It was weird. It like went up and kind of came back down. I got a question for you. I need you guys to call in because that's the best way to ask me a question. We're calling you back, New Jersey.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
Eric.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, Eric. This is Roger calling from Hackensack.
What's up, Roger? I'm from Wayne, so not too far.
Nice. Not too far away. So I just had a quick question. I was looking to pick up some Wemby. I did see his prices soften a bit. I was trying to weigh. Now, they're two little separate budgets, so just bear with me. So one is the 2023 Prism Ice in a PSA 10.
Okay.
And the other one is the Prism Red Sparkle in a PSA 10.
Okay.
And I just wanted to see, based on how much you're putting into that card today, is it worth the skin in the game going back into the season again, right? I wanted to compare both cards from your opinion. Now, obviously, the Red Sparkle, it's a higher price point, but I'm just talking about from a percentage game, right?
So your question is, are you asking me what you should pay for the cards, or what do I think they would go up to?
Which one would have the higher upside based on price? Based on value, right? What would be the better value? Buying the Red Sparkle in a PSA 10 or getting a Prism Ice as far as percentage upside?
This is 2023 Prism?
Yes.
And this is just the regular ice, right? Not the red
correct.
ice.
The regular ice. Yeah. Not the numbered or blue ice, just regular ice.
Okay, I'm just looking at these cards to see what they're selling for. And the other one was the Red Sparkle PSA 10?
Correct. That one I believe that's numbered.
And that card, you're talking about the card that's worth like $7,000.
Correct.
So me personally, it just all depends what you're paying. Like the ice is easy to value. It's like $1,200 ish, $1,100, $1,200. The Red Sparkle, there's not that many sales because it's obviously a much. There's actually some sales, but the Red Sparkle is a little bit of a gamble because it was selling for like $5,000, jumped up to like 12,000. One sold for. I guess that was during the finals, and then it came back down. Me personally, if you could buy the Red Sparkle off of eBay so people can't see what you paid, I would prefer to have the Red Sparkle because that's like the ice. There's a million comps, right? So it's like you're gonna just sell it for what it's worth. Maybe you buy it for $1,100 today, and it goes up to like $1,400, and that's it. But the Red Sparkle, there's not as many comps because it's much more of a rare card and higher end card. So like, I'm not saying this will happen, but that's the type of card you could buy for $7,000 and sell for $12,000, and it's like kind of realistic. Then also, people that are buying that type of card will overpay, right? Someone who's spending $12,000 on a card, probably a collector of Wembanyama. He probably has a lot of money. He probably doesn't care if he's spending 11, 12, 13. He just wants the card to hold forever. So you deal with a different type of buyer as opposed to when you're selling the ice card. People that are buying that stuff in that range are usually like flippers or like maybe they're trying to hold Wemby for a little bit. So I'd rather have the Red Sparkle personally, but it's obviously all dependent on what you paid. Like if I could buy that card for like, maybe like high 6,000s, maybe even 7,000, I'd be all game.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of what I was. And the reason I was comparing both was obviously looking at the card move. They're two different cards, right? Because of the price point, to your point, and value. Like, would you rather have a bunch of ices, right? And then it goes in value, right? Would you rather have, let's say, I'll just give an example, right? If you had 3 ices, right? okay, or 4 ices. Let's put it that way. For the price of one red sparkle, right? Which one would you rather put in, right? Which would have the better return upside, right? And so to your point, the red sparkle being the more rare card and so forth. So
for the most part, the red sparkle. There's just because, you could just do if you have a card like that at the right time and you get in, you could do a lot of things. You could, like me personally, what I do with cards like that is, so let's take. Right, let's say you buy that card today for $7,000, right? And let's say it goes up to $12,000, right? In like 3 months. What I'll do is I'm like, okay, well, like I could sell this card for $12,000, or I could just trade it because I'm just gonna start buying baseball most likely in like September, October. I could just trade it into a bunch of baseball I want. And when you trade something, you usually get more than what the card is worth. So like the trade value on the card might be 14,000 or 13,500, and people are willing to overpay for that card, especially via trade, because right, if you in October, let's say Wembanyama will most likely be a lot hotter than someone like Connor Griffin, right, the baseball player for the Pirates.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. As a matter of fact, it's funny you mentioned that. That's the kind of game I got into with Ohtani, and I did it with Wembanyama, right? So, and then the vice versa of that, the flip of that. So, it makes perfect sense, right? And so that's kind of, it was funny because I was looking at the values. To your point, the ice has all these comps, right? Because obviously it's a cheaper card or whatever. And I was looking at the action at the red sparkle, and it was funny though because, to your point, when it went into playoffs, right? I mean, the card was literally, I think in March of this year, if you go back a little bit, it was a $1,600 card, Eric.
Yep.
That's almost a 10x. You know what I mean? Like, this is in March, right? And then you go into May and June, and then you just see, obviously, that big spike, right? And so that's what threw me off a little bit was this playoff spike because it's not the normal spike, right? I thought that this one was a pretty strong because he made it to the finals, of course, right?
Yep.
And so I guess my question to you is, do you still see the Wembanyama market bottoming? Would you be calling the bottom here? Do you think this has more legs to go? Because obviously the off season still has a ways to go going into September. What were your thoughts on that?
So, I could just tell you what I'm doing. Like I'm buying Wembanyama because I think it's at the bottom. Actually, the bottom was like 2 weeks ago. It's actually come up a little bit since then, to be honest with you.
Right.
But now actually looking at that card, because you pointed out how cheap it was, the red sparkle, like that's really crazy. That card, like Wembanyama's values went up, but it didn't go up 5x. It went up like 2x to 3x depending on the card. So
right.
I'm actually like that. Like usually I'm more for buying the higher end card, but because that card jumped so much, and I'm sure it is worth that. I'm sure there will be no worries, unless like you get a sick deal, which I doubt you will. I would actually rather have the ice cards just because of how weirdly that red sparkle jumped up in value. Like went up 5x, but the ice went up, like 2.5. Like maybe just people like the shiny color of the red sparkle. I don't know, but I actually take back what I said. Usually I would say go for the higher end, but not that one just because it just jumped a strange amount. Like that's a lot. It's a big jump.
Correct. Yeah, no. And that was the nuance I wanted to get on that. And I appreciate the feedback on that because it was unusual to go from 16 or 1,800 up to more than 10 grand, right? And then my question was, for a card like that, right? I mean, I think it's listed, you could probably scoop it up on eBay for like 8 or 7 grand, something to that point, right? And so I feel like the bottoming on a card like that potentially could even be worse than that, right? Or still working its way through, whereas the ice seems like it's been on firmer ground as far as value. So, okay.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, ice is your answer if it was me, if it was my money.
No, that's fair. So I guess the answer here would be maybe buy 4 ice Wembanyamas and call it a day.
Yeah, I might just split it up because I would maybe do an orange ice, a red ice, a green, just to kind of get some
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
diversification because like sometimes you'll have an ice, like sometimes Wembanyama's value will go up. Let's say it goes up 2x, but the ice only goes up 1.5, but the red ice goes up 2.3. So like I would diversify because like certain cards are weird. Like some go up more than others, and I don't know why. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. You know, it was funny because I wanted to isolate two different scenarios, right? And this kind of speaks to that piece of it. And I think that strategy is a sharp one there, too. That's one angle for sure.
Yep.
And I think for the Wemby market, because so many people, you know, the pop counts on this are so tremendously high, it's a really good nuance between the different parallels in the prism, right? And so this is very helpful, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, for sure. Any other questions?
No, that's it. That's all I got for today.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, keep me updated. Let me know how it all goes.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Ohio.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
What's up, man? How can I help?
So I wanted to ask a risk-reward opinion,
Do it.
if I could,
Yeah, do it.
on a specific card. I found these people that they have like 100,000 cards that they've gotten from massive collections and stuff, and claiming that most of them are uncirculated.
Yep.
And super nice cards.
Yep.
Which I could see the photos are like pristine. They look nice, but the card specifically is a 96, 97 Kobe rookie exclusives. It's R110 is the card number. I don't know if you want to look it up, but with the gem rate's like 7 to 8% on these, but you could potentially get, they're up to 3,000. I've seen PSA 10s going for. And I don't know if this would be. The bad thing is they want like $200 for each card. I got them down to like 200 each.
This
but
is the Upper Deck rookie exclusive?
Yeah, he's like holding the ball with his right hand.
Oh,
it's
okay,
like, looks like a basketball type material.
Yep, I see.
Looks like. So I don't know if it's worth taking the risk of, because they have like a couple different lots. One of them says like excellent mint, and then this one they're claiming uncirculated. And I actually reached out to them. And
uncirculated.
Like,
when they say uncirculated, what do they mean by that?
Well, they explained to me that they basically were put in, either opened them from packs and put directly into protection and stored away, basically, for 25 years in climate-controlled storage, basically.
And these are packs, or the cards are out of the packs?
The cards are individual, so it's like a lot of five cards that they want to sell.
And how much are they asking for these uncirculated cards?
They want $1,000 for 5 of them, so it's basically $200 each. But the cards only $45 to $50. But do you pay that premium of trusting them that these could gem, and if they don't, I mean,
without looking, so you can't look at the card?
Yeah, I can see all 5. Basically, the pictures that they've sent and stuff. They look amazing. So. But paying that $200 versus, but then you pay $45 to $50 on a crap card on eBay or whatever, and
yeah, Let me.
And I guess a PSA 9 would probably would break even. I would assume at $200.
Yeah, you would just about break even. So the question is, can it 10? And like, man, it's just so. Even if it looks good, it's so hard to get a 10. It's like just so unbelievably hard. Oh, whoops. Let me haul away. I'm just looking at the card. I just want to see like why it's so hard to grade. I don't know if it's the surface or like the corners. Let me see. I just want to look at the common errors.
Yeah.
So how do like the corners on those cards look like sharp right angles?
Oh yeah. Like perfect crisp corners. Even the ones I have as mint. These ones they have claiming gem mint, but the other ones, they have another group of 5 that say mint, and it's like, those even look really good. So it's like, they said that they look, through them. They have 100,000 cards, and they're like, I was like, well, why don't you guys grade? And they're like, well, we sell all kinds of stuff, so we just put them in lots and sell them because we don't have time to grade and have somebody else take care of that and all this. So it makes sense. They have a bunch of old like Shaq rookies and stuff too in lots, like the same way. So
I would okay, so the whole risk reward thing. Let's say like your goal is to get 1 to get a 10 out of the 5.
Yeah.
And if the gem rate on them is 8%, you got to think the odds of you getting a gem from something like that would be double it. I don't know, call it 20%. So you should get 1 out of 5 to get a 10. At the same time, it's really hard. It would make it a lot easier if you can get into those 5 cards for like $700 or $800. Because the problem is, you also have to look at if it gets an 8, those only sell for like 120. A 10 sells for like, or a 9 sells for like close to 300. So, it just if the cards look sharp, man, the risk is worth the reward, or the reward is worth the risk. And also, you're talking to somebody that likes to gamble. So, like, even if it's a coin, like, even if it's a 50-50 coin flip, I still do it because I like to gamble.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, there's no, like, mathematical equation I could put to this. It's just kind of a guesstimate in my head. But I believe the reward is worth the risk if what you're saying is true and they're really in good condition. So, and also, like, the sales are weird on the 10s. Like, I'm looking here, like technically the last one sold for $4,800. Like that's way higher than like any other 10. The one before that did 3,900, and then before that 3,500. So okay, so maybe it is above 3,000 as a 10. Maybe I'm wrong. So because it says here, like I'm looking at some other 10s, and these other 10s did like $2,000 in June. So it's all over the place. But because the sales look like there's upside too on the 10s. Maybe you can get $3,000 to $4,000 for one. I believe I would do it personally.
Yeah, for $1,000. Yeah, I mean it kind of makes sense.
Yep, I would.
Like you said, if I can maybe buy a couple of lots and maybe get this one down to 800.
Yeah, that would make your life a lot easier because it's really just like a numbers game at that point, and you just want to protect your downside. And obviously, you know, it also depends on your finances. Like, could you afford to take a risk? Do you care if you lose a few $100?
Right. Yeah.
So that's all.
Plus, I mean, I think Kobe's market is probably. Do you think it's still a little cool and starting to come up, or you think it's kind of?
Oh, it's up. Like over the past year, it's up a lot. So I don't think it'll go down soon. Maybe it'll like stabilize if I had to take a guess. But like, there's so many different variables that just like I just don't have the answers. But mathematically speaking, it seems like it is worth the risk.
Because I have like a lot of Jordan inserts too and stuff, and it's like this way, and it's like.
Yeah, I would look for the cards that maybe have like 15% gem rates, 20% gem rates, so you could at least like 8% is kind of tough. But I would look for the cards that PSA deems as easier to get a 10 in them, because like at that point you're just gunning for a 10. It's like get a 9, you might lose a little bit. Get an 8, you're probably gonna lose more. Get a 10, you're making like 10 extra money. Like that's the game you're playing.
Yeah. And then, like, when you send these a PSA, it's like, so you do them at a little bit of a higher level at this time, or just kind of just do them at the 80 and let them sit because it's.
I would just do it at the 80. You're in no rush, and really, you don't want to lose too much money if things do go haywire. So I would do it at the $80.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. All right.
Well, cool. Let me know.
That's some good info. Yeah, I'll let you know because I think I'm gonna probably do this one, but. I just kind of wanted a second opinion, but it's a rookie, so I think that it would hold more value, you know, than just doing an insert or something. You know?
Yeah. Well, hey, man, what if they all get 10s and you make like $25,000?
That would be fine.
Yeah, that would be so. Yeah, you know, fortune rewards those who take risks. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. So.
Well, cool. Any other questions?
Right. Yeah, I think that's good, man.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, any future questions, just let me know.
Will do. Thanks,
all right. Bye-bye. All right. Randy, are you up, Randy? Is that you? I think you're up, Randy. Up. Yep, you're up, Randy. The great profile picture on the phone.
What up, Eric?
What's up, Randy? How may I be at your service?
I am having an eternal debate. So, it's whether to go to the National or not. Like, I appreciate you answering my question yesterday, but I mean, I heard a rumor, basically, it's a rumor, so, and you're an expert, so I trust your opinion.
Okay.
That, for example, like, Kobe Bryant gets like a 30% bump at the National.
No.
Okay.
I
So,
mean,
rumor.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're going to have that random guy from Asia that flew here. Maybe you'll sell it to him, but, like, dude, people aren't stupid. If they're spending $5,000 on a car, they're just going to look at what it's worth and, like, probably not pay much more than that, if anything. So, yeah, I don't know who said that, but, yeah, no, that's not true.
Yeah, okay. Because I have basically, like, roughly, like, between 10 to 15,000 in value when it comes to the 3 cards that I would literally just go there for a 24-hour trip, make the money, come home. So yeah, I just didn't know because I have like a Topps card onto that because I mean those things are just going up and up. But I'm waiting for him to sign so that way I could dump it. That was kind of my thought process. Good or bad idea?
What? We're waiting for who to sign?
LeBron, for him to sign back to wherever.
It's not gonna jump his value up a lot. His value's up so much, man. Like no one gives a shit if he signs to Cleveland or the Heat or whatever. Like it's not gonna jump things up much. But I would still like it's still probably worth it for you to go to the National, especially you don't live far, because you'll be able to sell these cards in cash and maybe get over comps or like right at it. It would be kind of hard to do that on Facebook because they're gonna take their fee. So like it's still worth it. Maybe you can find a sucker that pays 10 to 20% over. Like I've seen it happen. 30% is egregious though. I really haven't seen that. But it's still worth it for you to go. Just don't expect to sell something for 30% more than it's worth.
Yeah, is there anybody that you specifically deal with at the National that you're like, hey, this guy pays strong and isn't going to dick me around? Because, like, I mean, I know everyone's going to stand in line for King of Cards or whoever the hell. I'm just trying to find, like, a guy that maybe people don't know about or someone know about.
Not really how it works because the guys, you got to remember, the guys I know are vendors. So, or they've been in the game a while, right? They're there to make money, so they're not going to pay you 30% more than it's worth. Like, your best chance is, like, finding the guy that traveled there from far, or he's like there's so many regular older people that walk in there with like 50 grand, 100 grand in cash, just looking for a few Kobe's because like they do sports cards for fun. They're rich. They're set for life already. And they only buy cards to the National and they're just looking for a big LeBron card to go home with. And that's their only intention. And those guys are willing to pay a lot. So like your best bet is not the guys I know because they're going to offer you like 90% or whatever. So, but if but I might be able to get a table like maybe like I'm going back and forth with the lady. But if I do, you could give me a card or two. I'll stick it in my case because like that's how the card is going to get in front of somebody that that is there traveling from afar to buy a Kobe card or whatever. So I can hook you up. Just if I do get a table, just come by and I'll put it on my table for like a day, and we can see if anyone comes by and offers a lot of money.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, man. You too. Potential spam. Can I call back potential spam? I don't know if I could. I'm not sure if I could. Let's see. Let's see if we can call back spam. That's weird. That is strange. Hey, you have Eric? You are live?
Hey, how you doing?
How's it going, man?
Good, how about you?
Not too bad. How can I help?
Yeah, huge fan. So I have one or two questions. Is that fine?
Yeah, go for it, yep.
All right, so first, in January, I pulled a Jahmyr Gibbs Kaboom out of Absolute.
Okay.
I graded it, got a gem mint 10.
Nice.
So now I'm wondering, I live in Chicago, so I'm wondering, should I still have the National or should I just have like a long-term hold on it? Because it's like so risky because he's a running back.
Yeah, me personally, I never hold players that are playing. Running back, quarterback, especially a running back. But so I would not hold it. If it was my money, I would not hold it. And then I would sell it. Like that card, whether it's the National or on Facebook or eBay, it's gonna sell for around the same. So I wouldn't like think you have to sell it at the National, but yeah, I would not hold that card.
All right, and then question number 2. So off of Whatnot, I bought a Ted McMillan Color Blast for like, I think I bought it for like $150. Comps are like $215 to $225. But there's like one little small dink in one of the corners. So do you think like I should like just sell it right away raw, or I could like grade it with like VGS, maybe get a 9.5? Because I feel like that could be better than PSA 9.
It is better than a 9, but I would not grade it. If you could see a dink on the corner, it's most likely going to grade a 9 wherever you send it. I would just sell it raw, break even, and move on.
All right, and then one more thing, like I've been like stuck. Like, what do you think like the best way to like flip easy cards, just make cash? Like at the National, should I just like buy a card for $10, for example, and sell it for like $15, or is that like the best way?
What's your budget?
Like I think at the National, hopefully if I sell that Jahmyr Gibbs Kaboom, I'm probably gonna like save, if I can sell it for like 15 or like 12, like save 600 and like have 600. So I'll probably have like $2,000 to spend.
$2,000? Yeah. So if I had $2,000, and I assume you're young, right?
Yeah.
And where do you live?
I live in Chicago. I run like Whatnot breaks with my dad.
Okay, so you live in a great area. So
yeah.
If I were you, man, the fastest way to make money and the fastest way to not be stuck is going to card shows and setting up smaller ones, bigger ones. I know the National you may not be able to, but because when you set up at a card show, people just come up to you with random cards that are already graded for like 80%, 70%. You can just flip them really fast. That's the fastest way to get the ball moving, because with $2,000, you could grade cards, but it might take too long. You may not have the budget to like keep buying consistently. You might run out of money. So honestly, the straightforward answer is card shows and just buying stuff that's liquid, man. Like random LeBrons and Kobe's and Otani and this and that. You could just buy this stuff all day for 80%. And then when you go up to vendors or dealers, another way to make money is just going through their dollar boxes. There's so many cards in there that sell for like $6, $5, $8, $10 that they'll give you for $1. So, and you can just grind your way to making a lot of money. I have helped plenty of kids your age do that, and it works. Like you can go there and spend $300 in a day and double your money, which is obviously a good amount of money.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Any other questions?
I think that's it for now. If I find any more, I'll call back eventually. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you see me at the National, tap me on the shoulder. I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
What's up, Eric? This is Chase from Cali.
What's up, Chase? How can I help?
I just want to know, I know you're going to say it's card dependent, but when's the best time to sell basketball, like Cooper Flag, Con, because they're just kind of starting to go up? Like, general rule of thumb, like you say, around the National for football, when was your, like, general, like, rule of thumb for those, like, basketball cards?
Probably... let's see. When did I sell a lot of them last year? Maybe it was 2 years ago. I sold a lot of them in late August at the West Coast Card Show. I think it was. That may have been 2 years ago. So I'll like start then. Like if certain stuff skyrockets, I'll do it at the National. But like August to September, late August into September, around when football's starting ish.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. And then can I ask you 2 more quick questions?
Yeah, do it.
Why do you always say the O-Pee-Chee over the tops for the Wayne Gretzky?
So O-Pee-Chee, do you know the difference between the two?
Not really. I just know they're different.
Yeah. So I dude, to be honest with you, I'm not the expert with this stuff at all. I just looked this up a month ago. Like I know they're different. I know the O-Pee-Chee goes for more, but why? So the O-Pee-Chee, it's the same card and they look the same, but O-Pee-Chee was only delivered in packs to Canada, right? So like Top sent packs to Canada and you open them, you could only get O-Pee-Chees in Canada. And because this is, well, I believe what I read, is that the market for sports cards in Canada is obviously a lot less than in the USA. when that card, even back then, so when that card came out in 1979, there was just less packs sent to Canada, right? Because there's just less of a market. Therefore, there was just less O-Pee-Chee Wayne Gretzky's. So there's just less of them, and two, people like them more because Canada hockey, capital of hockey. So that's why they go for more money. Now, is one better than the other? I mean, like, not really. Like, they're just as liquid. Just the O-Pee-Chees go for more because there's less of them. So that's the difference between them. And like, I just prefer to buy things where there's less of them rather than more of them. So just that's the difference between them, though.
Yeah, okay, that was a good explanation on that. And then this one's just a general question about you. How much of your, not the dollar amount, maybe a percentage of your net worth is in sports cards?
Good question. So like, I'm not okay. So like, right, what I do is I flip modern cards. I'm not counting that, right? I'll just flip modern cards to keep it going and create a consistent income. But I have a big collection of vintage cards. And then I've never done this math. So let's see. I have real estate, business, sports cards. So I'd say maybe 20 to 25% of my total net worth is in like old vintage cards ish.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, for sure. Thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Good question. What's my net worth? Or what percent of it's in sports cards? What's up, Merv? Mama. What's up, man? How's it going? You can't be playing that song. We stink at soccer. We lost.
Dude, I hear you, but it's your song.
It is. Well, I've been singing that song because it's been in my head because of the World Cup, and now I haven't sang it since they lost.
Oh, I thought it was your song, man. I thought it was your song.
I do love the song. I do love the song.
Eric, I just called to say hello.
Hello.
And to find out about the politics in your office. Kavi, who loves you, baby? Kavi's back?
Kavi's not back. It's Kavi is taking on more important duties rather than just watching me talk in front of a mic. Vanessa is the one in the podcast studio.
Oh, I watched his show and I saw Kavi was back for, I guess, the show. So I was wondering. I was concerned about Vanessa's future.
No, Vanessa's here. She's right next to me.
Vanessa, baby.
She says hi.
Hey, Vanessa, what's going on?
She's laughing.
How are you?
Good. Eric, I really just called to say hello. I'll call next week with some questions, but I also want to say, Vamos Argentina, carajo!
Come on, that's fixed. Come on, that has to be fixed for Messi.
Do you think so?
I'm like the last person to say. I have a few friends, and they're all like, every sport's fixed. I'm like the last person to say that's fixed, but man, that was fishy yesterday.
Which part do you think was fishy?
I think it was it Mohamed Salah or someone else? Like, that should have been a PK in the box. And then they got their goal taken away as well. I actually didn't see that highlight. I was just told about it. Like 40 seconds prior to them scoring, they called back something on like a foul or something. But then I saw the PK, or what should have been a PK. The guy got tripped in the box. Like, it was a light trip, but his foot got hit. He fell. I don't know. Just seems strange.
All right, man. Well, I don't know. I guess there's nothing I guess that's it, though. That's it.
Yeah, I finished the baseball documentary, though. Ken Burns. Great.
Did extra innings?
I did not watch the extra innings because I was debating whether to do it. I was like, man, I grew up watching baseball in 2010. I'm just going to learn things I know. So
what's the year it ends in? What's the year the ninth inning ends in?
Man, I want to say it ended somewhere in the late 80s, or early 90s. I don't think it got to Ken Griffey Jr. I think the documentary was filmed in 94. So somewhere right before then it ended. But then I moved on to, you want a great movie to watch, Merv?
Of course I want a great movie. Hit me.
Have you seen, it's in the theaters actually, called Young Washington?
I have not seen that movie. I saw previews, I saw a poster for it, but I was like, but it's good?
I highly recommend. It's about, obviously, young George Washington and before his Revolutionary War days and how he wanted to be an officer for the British Army and what he did. It's a great movie, man. Great movie.
Thanks for the recommendation. I got that Regal pass, so I'll go see it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if you don't have any other questions,
I just called to say hello. I'll call you next week with some questions.
Hey, sounds good, Merv. I appreciate it.
You got it, buddy. Talk to you later.
All right, later. What a guy. Country roads. This is the last. Oh man, it's past. Yeah, you guys call, and I call you back, and it says the wireless customer is not available. I gotta let you guys go. Yeah, I saw Young Washington. Good movie, right? Ken Burns. I'm in the middle of watching his documentaries. I've watched 2 of them. The one on the Vietnam War, amazing, like incredible. Baseball, also incredible. I could just sit there and listen to information all day, learning about like Honus Wagner and Ty Cobb and how baseball came to be. And like you guys know, right? You guys all know the company Spalding, like Spalding Sports. A.G. Spalding, who created Spalding Sports, I want to say in the late 1800s, like really late 1800s, he was actually a great pitcher for like, was it the Cincinnati Red Stockings or something like that? I don't know. But he was a good pitcher, and he quit playing baseball, A.G. Spalding, when he was 27 years old because he saw an opportunity to produce mitts and baseballs for the sport of baseball, obviously, and that's how Spalding came to be. Interesting, right? But yeah, so super interesting stuff. And then now I'm debating which documentary to go after next. I was gonna do Lewis and Clark. Now I'm thinking about the Revolutionary War because I just watched George Washington. So yeah, I'm debating it. But cool. I'll see you guys next week on Monday. I'll actually be in Las Vegas all weekend because I promised a few friends that if the Knicks won the finals, I would pay for all their flights and hotels to Vegas. And I kind of said that jokingly. Like I made a big bet on the Knicks to win, and like it was like Game 4 of the Philly series. So like the Eastern Conference semifinals, and they actually ended up winning. So I'm your boy paid for a bunch of people to go to Vegas, so I will be there this weekend. Hopefully, I don't lose a lot of money because I have pretty bad luck in Las Vegas so far in my life. Been there like 10 times and has not been good to me, let's say. But we do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll be back on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call into the phone number, ask me some questions, chat with me, whatever you want to do. Like, comment, subscribe.